Hey guys, I'm Louis and welcome to my latest video. So as you can tell by the title, I'm doing a breakdown of the new Avengers Age of Ultron trailer. And yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm just going to give my thoughts on how I think the movie's going to go and whether it's going to be good or not. And I conveniently have my Loki t-shirt on, which is from all the Avengers and stuff like that. I don't think he's going to be in this movie, but who knows. Just a quick note, I'm going to leave in the description a link to the trailer for Avengers Age of Ultron, because unfortunately I can't show you the actual trailer in this video, but I can leave you the link to go and check it out. So I recommend that you go check it out now. Before you watch this video, just pause this video, open up a new tab or whatever, go on YouTube, type in Avengers. Well, actually don't go on YouTube, just open this link or paste it into the new tab, whatever you want to do. Watch the video, then come back here and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Right, let's get into it. I'd say notable feature of the trailer was when Ultron appears to have possessed an old Iron Man suit, and his eyes are sort of scraped into it, and it's walking like kind of like a zombie or puppet type thing. And yeah, it's pretty. I wouldn't say creepy, but it's just a bit like, oh, this can't be good kind of thing. But I heard about they showed a few minutes of this film at Comic-Con last year. Obviously I didn't go, but I read that it's began with this scene and where the Iron Man suit comes in when they're all joking and laughing, and then it comes in and shit starts going down. It didn't specify exactly, I don't think, but because there was only a certain amount of stuff that people were allowed to talk about, but it seems like Ultron is going to make some kind of appearance through that suit. In the next image that I'm going to be showing you, Rhodey, or James Rhodes from Iron Man, who's also War Machine in Iron Man 2 and 3, and we can see him in this image. However, there is a woman sat down near him. There's a woman sat down, and it's very hard to work out who it is, but I'm going to allude to who I think it might be in the next image, because she's also in that one. The next image that I was just talking about, you see the Avengers in civilian clothes with some other people. You've got Thor and possibly Jane Foster. It's most likely that because they're kind of standing next to each other, it looks like they're holding hands. It's probably going to be her. Next to them, or near them, we've got Hulk and Black Widow. Well, not Hulk, but Bruce Banner and Black Widow. And then we've got Captain America, Steve Rogers, with someone who is most likely Agent Hill, the Shield agent. It could also be Scarlet Witch, but it doesn't seem very likely, considering the fact that, well, I'll tell you soon why it's probably not her, unless it's a later point in the movie. And next we have this suit getting smashed by Ultron, which looks to me like the War Machine suit. So obviously that can probably means that the Ultron's just like wrecking everything, and he's just Rhodey's out of his suit and he just breaks. I mean, it might not be Rhodey, but it does just look a lot like a War Machine suit. The next image is Baron von Strucker's castle, I believe, and it's where Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are being held, which is probably why. Well, it's probably why Scarlet Witch isn't in the image that I showed you earlier, but it might be possibly, depends when that occurs in the movie. Although that does look like it's going to occur towards the start of the movie. In the next image, we've got Bruce Banner in the woods with no shirt on, just shorts, which either tells me that he's just turned into the Hulk and gone on a rampage, or he is about to turn into the Hulk and go on a rampage, because if you look behind him, you can just see like a little wreckage of like a helicopter or a car or something like that. So it indicates to me that something's happened with Bruce Banner and he's lost control again. Next we have a quick image that only shows up briefly in the trailer, and it is someone that looks to be experimenting with something. My guess would be it's Baron von Strucker doing experiments on Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, because in the next picture, which I'm going to show you now, it shows Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and in the middle there's this like robot guy. If anyone wants to tell me in the comments who that actually is, that would actually be a help, because I can't think of that word. My first thought would be a Sentinel, but as it's not really an X-Men movie, I can't see that happening, especially when they've just been in Days of Future Past. So it could be something else, possibly some sort of guard or something working for Von Strucker, or something like that. But yes, and in the next image, which I'm going to show you now, we get our first close-up of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which they look a lot like they do in the comics, which is good. They seem to have got the casting right. I'm not entirely sure who the actors are, but I'm sure one of you guys knows who they are. So if you can let me know with that down below in the comments. And the next image shows basically an army of Ultron's army, I guess, which is very true to the comics. Because in the comics, through Ultron isn't like there's one main one, which is Ultron, but then he controls like loads of other ones. So it's going to be a formidable foe. It's not just like this one guy and then there's all the Avengers. It's like there's the Avengers, then there's hundreds of Ultron. And next is a very interesting image which shows Thor dropping his hammer, which seems a bit weird to me, because normally you wouldn't see him without it, basically. I mean, maybe at the point when he drops it, maybe it's because he's done something to make himself unworthy of the hammer again, or maybe Loki up in Asgard's done something, to excuse me, to make him lose connection with the hammer, I guess. But in a later image, I will come back to this point because it highlights it more. I'm just trying to do this in chronological order so you can actually follow where it appears in the trailer. The next part of the trailer, Iron Man says it's the end or something like this is the end or something, while looking at broken Iron Man suit, and then he goes on to say it's the end of the path I've been leading you on, because he obviously was the first person to get recruited by SHIELD when they were making a team, when they were making the Avengers. So I guess he feels responsible. And also Ultron in this movie, if you didn't know, is going to be made by Tony Stark, rather than like in the comics where it's made by Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man. So yeah, maybe he's feeling regretful, and Ultron must be some bad shit if he's saying that this is the end, because Iron Man hardly ever gives up, and now he seems so like lost, I guess you'd say, and he just seems like he just wants to give up, which is not like him at all. So this is something good, well, not something good for his point of view, but something good for the audience, because it's a bit more character development, seeing a side of Iron Man we don't normally see, which is very interesting. And next, in the next image, which suggests that Iron Man was talking to this person, is in fact Nick Fury, and he has a new eye patch, because if you've seen Captain America and the Winter Soldier, you would know that he burnt his eye patch. So yeah, seems to have got a new eye patch. I mean, I don't blame him. I think he's blind in the eye that's the eye patch covering. I can't exactly remember it, something like that. I know he does have an eye there because he uses a retinal scanner in Winter Soldier. In the next image is something really exciting. I always look forward to seeing new Iron Man suits, and this time we've got the Hulkbuster armor, which is very famous in the comics. For Iron Man basically built this armor to stop the Hulk if he gets out of control, which suggests from the earlier point I made about here, Hulk going on a rampage, it does look like he's actually going on some sort of rampage, because Iron Man's got this armor out, this Hulkbuster armor, and he's having a fight with Hulk, and it's shown later in the trailer for further in this fight. And which means that the Hulk is gone so out of control that not even the Avengers can like talk him out of what he's doing, so they're gonna have to fight him basically to stop him doing damage to others, which suggests that this team is falling apart, which is, it's done it a few times in the comics. They sometimes do split off at separate ways, but I think now after this one, they probably are going to go their separate ways, and obviously we're going to be getting normal some more movies such as Ant-Man and Captain America 3, Thor 3, Iron Man 4 possibly. Oh no, Iron Man's going to be in Captain America 3, so yeah, that should be pretty interesting. But yeah, the team seems to be splitting up. And then quickly in the next image we have Quicksilver saving Captain America from what looks like to be one of the Ultrons. So yeah, it looks like Quicksilver's going to be teaming up with the Avengers, which is pretty awesome because he's a badass really. Even though in my opinion he's a rip-off of the Flash from DC, he's still a good character. And then we've got it took me ages to get this little picture from while watching the clip because it happens so quickly. It's like less than a second. It took me ages, but anyway, managed to get this picture, and it looks like Captain America is surrounded by sort of like old-fashioned people, maybe from like the World War II or something. So maybe that could be a possible flashback or dream sequence. But I mean, it might not be old-fashioned because it's very hard to tell. But a few of the people do seem to be wearing sort of 40s clothing, like army uniforms and stuff like that. So yeah, that could be very interesting to see what that actually is. And the next image is Andy Serkis with a beard. Now this is most probably, and I'll try and pronounce this right, Ulysses Claw. Now if you don't know who Ulysses Claw is, he's basically the arch enemy of a certain Black Panther who in the comics is certainly in the Avengers, and I'm really hoping that this could possibly lead to Black Panther getting his own movie, and hopefully he's actually going to be in this movie. That would be insane. Like even a cameo, just like at the end, or they just mention him or something like that, or you just see him before he gets the costume or something like that would be absolutely brilliant. And I'm really looking forward to this movie, for God's sake. It's just so it just looks amazing. So next in this scene, as I was talking about earlier, with Thor dropping his hammer and maybe becoming unworthy of the hammer and the Thor powers and stuff like that, something seems to be happening. He's got his shirt off, he's in some sort of war, he's getting like thrown around, like maybe Loki's finally managed to figure something out where he can get rid of Thor's powers or take his powers away again or something like that. Since Loki is actually posing as Odin, Thor's father, who is not dead, I think. I cannot. Oh my god, my mind's gone blank. I can't remember. I don't think he's dead. I don't think he is. Although, if Loki's in his place, maybe he is dead. Yeah. I can't remember. If someone wants to let me know down in the comments. Sorry. What's happened to Odin? Is he dead? Is he alive? I just can't. My brain. It's been a long time since I saw Thor: The Dark World. It's been about a year really. So, you know, mine's not great. Well, my memory's not great anyway. In the next scene, we see Hulk touching hands like that with Black Widow, and obviously she's got smaller hands, so it'd be more like that kind of thing. This being Hulk, this being Black Widow, yeah. So that indicates to me a possible romance between the two, maybe, because in a lot of the scenes you do see her and Bruce Banner standing next to each other, so maybe there's something going on, possibly. I don't know. Maybe possible romance. Who knows? It does look like something like that. Or it seems that Black Widow seems to be the only one that can actually get through to Bruce Banner while he's the Hulk now for some reason. And now, nearly at the end, I just kind of want to hurry this video along because it's getting quite long. We have Thor grabbing Iron Man, Tony Stark, and lifting him up, which indicates obviously the Avengers are starting to fight between each other, which they do constantly in the comics, and indicates more towards that after this movie they may be going their separate ways, maybe, although there is supposed to be an Avengers 3, which is curious because, you know, they're going to split up and then get back together again. Maybe, I don't know. They do that a lot in the comics, to be fair. Or a lot of people think this alludes to the Civil War storyline, which is probably going to be brought out from Captain America 3, in that a lot of the superheroes kind of go their separate ways and disagree and end up fighting each other, like Captain America fights Iron Man and things like that. And I'm pretty sure Spider-Man is in the Civil War, the Marvel Civil Wars, which could indicate that maybe, just maybe, Sony are going to let Spider-Man be in the Avengers. Like, bro, that's all we want. Let's be honest. We all want to see Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, in the Avengers. Just do it. Just Marvel, Sony, do it now. Just do it. Just click off this video, go do it. No, I'll wait. In the next scene, we have Captain America's shield broken. Now, this indicates that some serious shit is going down, because that shield is supposed to be indestructible, and so unless someone's got more vibranium, which is what it's made out of, then, but that also links with Ulysses Claw, because he tries to get his hands on vibranium in the comics and in a lot of Avengers, like animated films and stuff like that, which indicates that obviously it's more of a connection. So maybe that will hopefully spawn Black Panther. You know, I really want Black Panther. He's like one of my favourite superheroes, just such a beast. Like, Black Panther, please be in this movie, please. And last but not least, we have a first full look at Ultron. He looks pretty badass, to be honest. It's got all the red lighting and the eyes and around the mouth, and yeah, it just looks like a complete beast. And yeah, it looks like he's going to actually challenge the Avengers, because let's be honest, in Avengers Assemble, the first one, is it Chitauri? Not really a threat. They're just some alien dudes on like flying motorbikes, and there's some big like ship things that look like they're from Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. It's just like, yeah, it's not much of a challenge. Yes, it does seem that they have a difficult fight, but this Ultron looks like something else. It's just, bruh, it looks amazing. So now I'm going to let you know my thoughts on this movie. I'm going to say, after seeing all this trailer, I'm really excited for this movie. I can't wait for it to come out on the 1st of May next year. It's going to be so good. I might go see it on the day it comes out, actually, because it looks absolutely insane. I'll probably end up reserving tickets for it. But yeah, the story is, I think what's going to happen is Iron Man's going to create Ultron. At first he's going to be good and he's not going to cause much harm, and then he's just going to go insane and start killing people. Well, it's a robot, so can it really go insane? I don't know. But yeah, it's just things are going to kick off. It's going to fight the Avengers. In the first time they fight Ultron, they're going to get absolutely pasted. And it wouldn't surprise me if there's actually a death of one of the Avengers in this movie. Obviously, they won't kill off Captain America, they won't kill off Iron Man, and they won't kill off Thor. And they probably won't kill off Hulk. I wouldn't have thought. They're probably one of the minor characters, like your Jane Foster, your Nick Fury, someone like that. But yeah, and then after that, and then later on, maybe the Captain America does seem to break Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch from Baron von Strucker. So maybe after the initial fight of Ultron, they get recruit Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and then later on they have this big battle with Ultron and blah blah blah. I don't know what's going to happen at the end, but the trailer certainly indicates that the Avengers are going to be splitting up after this. So I hope you did enjoy this video. Sorry it's kind of long. I didn't want to make it this long, but it's obviously longer than I thought it was going to be. But leave a like if you did enjoy. Leave a comment down below what you think of the trailer, and like I mentioned earlier, about letting me know what that robot thing could be in the middle of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and also whether Odin is dead or alive. I can't remember, but please help me. And subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.